Good evening, everyone. We are back. This might actually be. We're hitting the point where this might actually be our last session of Rogue Trader. Might. There's still a fair bit left to do, so yeah. One of the things I find the most. The fact that Albert is actually more athletic than Cabela. In fact, Cabela is a monster as it is right now. Deals 2 times veil degradation. Veil degradation divided by 5. Hmm. I do like running the explode. Yeah. Fire damage all creature in 1 settle radius. Apply 9 burning. Yes. We are currently at the stage where we have a ridiculous amount of um, dodge on this character. And we're going to make use out of this sword. That is the plan. I want to see how it looks. I think it looks really cool.
No.
How far are we from actually being a zealot? Zealot heretical. We're 70 points away. Exalted Spinner.
The Undying One whispers of blood, and we give him Scarlet Rivers.
Okay. Do we have anything? Okay. We're checking a few things on the way. But other than that, honestly, we're leaving. We're leaving the system and going after Zalzar.
Disaster.
Okay.
Bizarre warp sword.
Next is going to be dramatic. I'm kind of just looking at it right now, and it's at the stage of like, how do I want to do the next playthrough? And just looking at it from that perspective, and it's just like, yeah, I want to do it this way, and I want to do it this way.
Oh, what lies beyond? Oh, what a glorious storm this battle will be. The Masters demand your death!
Cuts and cracks appear on your skin.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Single attack. Enemies last. Okay. So you.
Come, the other side awaits. Trust me.
Let's give you a mark as well, and then stab you.
Insects begin crawling under your skin.
Okay. Did I kill too many so you got mad, huh?
I shall not fail.
Cuts and cracks appear on your skin.
2 for 8 extra, 8% extra damage. Okay. Are you burning? Okay, yeah.
They who discern the future on the battlefield. Be gone.
Psychic.
But of course,
Light sources grow painfully bright.
what an unfortunate turn of fate.
My place is at the fore.
Gotta love this. Gotta love this.
It will be done. At your beck and call. Victory is imminent.
Pop that one. And then stab you in the back.
One fewer target.
Artistry!
Goodbye.
Another one is shattered.
Okay, and now we leave.
In this tapestry of a world,
The
I
plan
am
today
the
is
thread.
check a few things, and after checking a few things, we are heading over to the next part. Or, let's put it this way. We're chasing down Zalzar.
The duty officer reported an incident in the shuttle repair bay. A security According to the ancient chronicles and maps handed to you by the pilgrim, this icy planet used to be a prosperous imperial colony.
I don't know how you need to do that, but maybe you need to max naval before leaving the system or something like that. I really don't know.
The engine decks were transformed into exotic gardens. Several chambers sprouted foliage vaguely resembling the plants on Terra, although they exhibited a glass-like surface polished to a mysterious sickness struck the clan living in one of the
Okay, my headset just informed me that I'm running out of... There's no telling what awaits you beyond the gate, but...
There is no telling what awaits you beyond the gate, but one thing you know for certain, there will be no turning back. It is the point of no return. Ensure that you have taken care of any unfinished business, procured all necessary equipment, explored every world, and completed any desired colonial projects. You will no longer be able to do so after passing through to the other side.
Astartes plasma. Hit by the bone breaker maul, the target must pass toughness, fall prone, and gain a random trauma. What is that? We lose critical hit. Okay, yeah. Are we ready for this? Yeah.
Lord Cap'n, our augurs are detecting energy currents of indeterminate nature within the dimensional gate. It appears to be active. We see a number of ships near the gate, and judging by their markings, they belong to Lord Inquisitor Calcazar's personal squadron. Lord Captain, don't take it as cowardice, but duty obliges me to ask. You do realize that this may end up being a one-way voyage, don't you?
Switch to Vox communication with all that crew. This is the Lord speaking. I'm taking the ship into the unknown, where danger lies and glory awaits. Are you with me?
For a while, you hear no response. Then the silence is broken by the sound of heavy footfalls. The rhythmic stomping grows louder and louder. Thousands of feet strike the decks as if marching into oblivion under your banner.
Onward. No matter what this journey holds us, I'm ready.
Yes, Lord Captain. Whatever is waiting out there, beware, Von Valancius is coming.
Contact the ships on the gate. I wish to go through.
Incoming message, you are entering an area declared forbidden. Any attempt to approach the Xeno artifact will be considered an act of rebellion against the Emperor. Leave now or be destroyed, Lord Cap'n. Would you prefer to send your reply with the help of the Vox clerics or the main gun deck?
Main gun deck, commence the blessing ritual. All decks begin combat preparation. We are given battle.
You heard the Lord Captain. Battle stations. Some of the enemy ships are breaking formation in haste. They are regrouping and falling back to repel an attack from the rear. Looks like someone has arrived to lend us a hand.
Who is
The enemy is scattered, now is the time to engage.
Who is attacking the Lord Inquisitor's forces?
The augurs detect ships marked with the coat of arms of House Winterscale. We see word-bearers' ships. Euralon the Cruel is leading his warriors to our aid.
Then we shall strike. That's actually kind of good. We got Winterscale and we got Euralon with us. To be fair, I think both of them has... Euralon is chaos. Chaos, no question
Enemy
about it.
contact. All hands, make ready to unleash our fury.
The destination is known. Land!
The target void shield has been weakened.
Unleash our fury! Void Master, if you please. Commence the symphony.
Face the judgment of the undying
macro-cannons.
one.
Sail upon the seas of void.
No, extra... Yeah, that's minus hit chance on that. Okay.
Launch the devastating payload!
Do I get
Steady
the...
hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Okay. Yeah, hit me. Oh! Leave my little follower alone. It's in the dead zone. It's really in the dead zone.
The
If we
destination
move
is known.
here... Yeah.
Engage the macro cannons.
And then... That's still in range. going to hit that. That's going to hit that. If we move forward and hit, that's also going to hit that. So there's no reason for us to do that. But if we move forward, can we hit you with this one? We can hit you with this one if we move forward. Okay. Fuck it.
The enemy's void shield has been nullified.
Fury!
Fight Master, if you please.
Reload that.
Steady hand
and
2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Initiate macro cannon barrage.
Okay. Miss. Pop that. For Master Cannoneer, yes.
Steady hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Should have moved him there. Yeah. That's going to take care of you.
Commence the symphony of
The
macro
target was
cannon.
well structured.
And
We have destroyed their shields and their hope.
Fury.
we
destination
do
is
this
known.
again. Oh, we can't do that. Okay. You know what? Go that. Do that as well. And we do a jump.
Steady hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
This is what you call bullying.
Purgation through blessed plasma fire.
Lord Captain. They have fired boarding torpedoes. It looks like the enemy has decided to take us down with a single decisive strike.
Let's fend them off in honest combat. Brace for impact.
Yes, Lord Captain. Sound the alarm on all decks. All crew members get ready to repel the boarders.
Okay, are we fighting? We're fighting on the Void Bridge. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I'm wondering what we are up against, though. What kind of enemy we're up against. Who is it?
The heavily armored women eyes you and sneers.
A rogue trader. That's a new notch on my gun stock. Never killed one of you before.
Brogging onto my bridge was a mistake. Lay down your arms right now and you will be spared and taken captive.
The women laughs a cawing laugh.
I can't promise the same to you, rogue trader.
Another annoyance.
For the Emperor!
Okay, so nothing here, nothing here. Okay, 500 health. We have Inquisitor Enforcer, Inquisitor Purifier. Okay. Pascal is first, like usual.
Running binaric override. Request denied. Advancing.
Okay.
The Messiah knows all, comprehends all. Running binaric.
Put that on you. Put down front line here.
Request approved.
I must not falter.
Quick! Quick! Emperor, protect me!
Ouch! That actually hurt.
This way!
Flesh is weak, yet iron knows
Stand
no
it!
pain.
Schemes within schemes.
Goodbye.
A genius at work. Oh, a predictable downfall.
Well, you picked a fight with... You picked a fight with me. I don't know what you expected to get out of that, but yeah, sure.
What if... Schemes within... Fate claims another one.
No. Oh, you in the back. Oh, I now saved you. Doesn't matter.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Castrican armor. Mars pattern flamer. Mars pattern flamer. Combat shotgun. The wear restores 1 AP after killing an enemy once per round. Okay. I thought she had power armor. I was just like, I get to have access to power armor. No. Wait. Executioner. Just
The
sniper
stars
rifles.
are my canvas, and anarchy is my brush.
Octavia the Fire Axe as Reacher final form. Was that meant to actually be... I can see how it actually would be maybe challenging, yeah. But that was borderline laughable. But at the same time, we are max level. We have pretty much everything we want from gear pieces. So we are pretty much as powerful as we can get.
The enemy has been routed, your ladyship. We are receiving a Vox signal requesting that we admit a convoy of shuttles on board for an audience. The augurs have confirmed that the shuttles are unarmed and belong to the forces that aided us in battle. Do you wish us to welcome these visitors?
Welcome the visitors and usher them to the bridge.
Sporting a holstered autogun you have not seen before, Janris Danroke clears his throat before he begins.
Reporting, Lord Captain, the attack on the ship has been repelled. All decks have been cleared of trespassers. Hull breaches have been or are being mended. You have eminent visitors who wish to congratulate you on your victory.
Something has changed about Caligo's winter scale in a way that is hard to pin down. A new harshness about his features gives him a predatory quality. His yellowed eyes are filled with rage.
What a slow talker that servant of yours is. Ha, I bet cutting off his legs would make his muttering a lot livelier.
The armor of Eurylon the Cruel is adorned with fresh blood, likely that of the prisoners captured in the last battle.
I hope that you relished every moment of eradicating the godless worms, Octavia the Fire Axe.
That was a good hunt, Caligos.
The rogue trader bares his teeth in a cruel smile. For just a moment, it seems that instead of teeth, you glimpse the sharp fangs of some beast.
I had long been waiting for an opportunity to get into the fray with those mongrels.
Why did you decide to interfere?
What could be better and more dangerous than spilling the blood of that haughty degenerate Calcazar's minions? Punishing him for his insolence was long overdue. If you ever face him in battle, end the miserable bastard with this. And give him Caligo's winter scales regards.
What do you intend to do next?
Caligo strokes the weapon, looking pleased.
What I was born to do. Make war and sweep away any who stand in my path. I have a healthy list of those whose heads will make great decorations for my ship's bridge.
Glory to the gods of the warp.
May a river of blood flood forth toward the Master's throne. May a pyramid rise from the skulls of his enemies.
Eurylon the Cruel, I'm pleased to be sharing this bloody harvest with you.
I thank you for the honor of being part of it. My brothers and I were impressed by the determination with which you descended upon the corpse Emperor's lackeys. Brother Scarakitas, who fell in that battle, wished that his flesh be used to create this gift to you, for such vehemence must always be rewarded.
Eurylon regally presents you with a bleeding package. Brother Scarakitas' remains are wrapped in a torn and stained banner of the Inquisition.
How did you know you were needed here?
I was granted a vision, and we could not let this chance to deliver a crushing blow to the misbelievers pass us by. Euphonious are the vox frequencies that carry the dying screams of the godless.
Your brother could benefit me on my crusade.
A different path is ordained for them. Calcazar, the watchdog of the expanse, ran, thereby condemning the worlds he was tasked to protect. The word-bearers will see to it that the entire sector hears these tidings of despair, for it is in terror and woe that the soul opens to the will of the true gods.
What does my path hold for me, Prophet?
A becoming. The prophecy led me to the expanse, for I saw the blaze of the final dawn usher in a new and true fate for this dark sector. The rays of the final dawn wreathed you and guided you to ascension. Now it is time for you to become the new fate of the Coronis expanse.
May the blessed of the true gods be with us.
May our lips perpetuate the truth, now and for all time.
Factum, report on the state on the ship and the crew.
The factotum coughs.
Minor damage to the outer plating in the midship hull and negligible personnel losses as a result of offensive action by enemy boarding parties. The key systems are in order. The engineerium reports impeccable compliance on the part of the machine spirits. In other words, we are fully combat ready, Lord Captain.
I must get underway.
Hold on.
Caligos's voice thrums like the growl of a hungry beast.
You mean to say you're off to snap Calcazar's neck while I'm stuck here? Forget it. I'm coming with you to gut that bastard myself.
There will be glorious carnage.
With an animalistic howl, Caligos raises his weapon over his head.
Whoever stands in our way, they shall bleed. I will join you, Octavia the Fire Axe. My blood divination did not reveal to me all that lies ahead, but it did show that it is far more momentous and dangerous than a stray band of heathens. My brothers can complete their mission without me, but you may require the aid of the true word.
I accept your offer, Prophet.
May the faith in the hearts of the devout never waver.
Wasting no time on meaningless good luck wishes, your distinguished guests leave the bridge in solemn and respectful silence. The Voidborn raises his ever-gloomy eyes to you.
The enemy is defeated, Lord Captain. We are ready to begin the spatial translation.
Start translation procedures.
The ancient gate, long
impenetrable for the rogue trader was at last ready to reveal its secrets. After gathering allies and preparing to venture into the unknown, the Lord Captain plunged headlong into the darkness that held ancient nightmares and the answers to all her questions.
Okay. And we are now in the last act.
Translation complete, Lord Cap'n. Current coordinates unknown and indeterminable. All that's in the ship's immediate vicinity is the dimensional gate that has gone into passive mode and a large amount of debris. No enemies detected.
What happened to the dimensional gate?
The engineers have proposed a hypothesis that it has entered some kind of recharge mode. After accumulating enough energy for a new translation, it will activate again. Or at least that's what all of us want to believe. Badly.
What kind of debris?
Those are ship carcasses. Judging by their markings, they were part of the Lord Inquisitor's fleet and likely acted as a patrol force. The damage doesn't look like it came from any weapon we know, and the way the debris are scattered suggests that the battle was short. Someone attacked and destroyed every one of them in the blink of an eye. Someone we have never encountered before.
What is this place?
I can't say, your ladyship. These are unfamiliar stars, and the system is not listed in our astrogational data. We are in uncharted territory.
We're going after the Lord Inquisitor.
As you command, your ladyship. If I may just point out, the expedition equipment prepared in advance for your ladyship and your retinue has been maintained well and is ready for use at your order. The gifts passed to us by our esteemed allies from Footfall have likewise been inventoried and prepared for service.
What are these gifts that we received?
Merchants from the Fellowship of the Void gave us a share of their most precious trophies. Dubious though their origin may be, they are quite useful nonetheless. Agents of the Casbala Commission supplied us with a shipment of goods that circumvented any official customs inspections due to their strictly illegal nature. If your ladyship wills, I can provide you with an itemized report and sweet-voiced servants to read it out.
Excellent.
I am delighted to be of use to your ladyship.
Beyond the dimensional gate. Okay, let's do everything in the system here first. Nothing. Drukari ships.
Lord Cap'n, we've got company. Raver's voice sounds strained. A whole brood of Xenos. Except they're in no hurry to attack. They sent a Vox transmission, so our eggheads are trying to decipher what they're babbling in their language. Will you just look at these entitled pricks? Lord Cap'n, you're not going to believe this. The enemies of humanity request. Nay, they demand to be admitted aboard so they can have words. But not with you, no, they want to talk to their disgraced kinsman whom you've taken under your wing. How'd they even find us? The Voxcaster clicks. Someone else joins this conversation. Octavia the Fire Axe. If the worthless scum wish to see me so badly, I am willing to lend my ear to their pleas and hear what they have to say.
Mersai, who let you onto this channel?
Your question is met with laughter. Few dare to refuse when I ask, Octavia the Fire Axe. Your Vox operators are no exception to this rule.
Do you not think this may be a trap?
No, but it is likely to be an invitation to walk into one. And even if my kin decided to prey on your ship by boarding it in such a pathetic manner, are you that afraid of them, Octavia the Fire Axe? The last phrase is dripping with scorn. You should not be. If nothing else, this will alleviate the boredom on board this monkey rust bucket.
Elder Drukari, we will hear what they have to say. Okay, so this is a quest I haven't done, so I want to do it. So we're going to do it.
The Voxcaster relays incomprehensible grumbling. It will be done. The Xenos in front of you exchange wary glances and curt remarks that your elucidator cannot capture or comprehend. At last, one of the Druckery steps forward and takes off his helmet. His hair is bone white and his face is marked with tattoos not entirely dissimilar to Marazhi's. The negotiator bores deeply, not daring to look at your companion.
Greetings, Marazhi's race, Dragon of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, Eviscerator of Illyridos, Blaze of the Barkag Kingdom, and Slayer of Karoseus the Pale.
A smug smile blossoms on Marazhi's face.
Cariel, your sycophantic skills have not dulled since you lost your mistress. They will be of use to you yet. Speak. The Reaving Tempest is dying.
The Druckery speaks slowly, carefully choosing his words.
Since the death of Archon Yermaris, our territories have been ravaged and our warriors openly attacked. Mercenaries have turned their blades against our Cabalites, and the air is rife with rumors that our supreme patrons will soon allow our spire to be consigned to a bloody reaping. And that's not to mention the fact that our shelter has become a new disjunction point.
Cariel literally spits the words.
The warp rages in the spire, flooding the city with daemon hordes. It is no secret how the rift came to appear in the very abode of the Reaving Tempest.
Sounds like the Cabal is as good as dead.
Cariel casts an appraising glance at you, but his response is addressed to Marazhi.
The Cabal is on the verge of destruction. We require assistance. So what do you want from me?
Marazhi speaks with feigned indolence.
From a Draken cast down from his post and banished from the ranks of the Reaving Tempest? From a Druckery banned from Kamarak itself? We need a leader. We need a symbol of the power that led the Cabal to might and prosperity for centuries. The lineage of the Ezer race has not yet faded, which means it is destined to return. The Reaving Tempest is calling out to you.
Cariel looks over Marazhi appraisingly, not even hiding the disgust in his gaze and the falsity in his voice.
Though the surviving scion reeks of desperation and thirst, we are denied the luxury of a choice.
Marazhi narrows his eyes.
Let us say I accept your offer. What use do I have for the handful of Druckery huddling behind you, Cariel? Answer me, does the Reaving Tempest still live? Or is this the death rattle of the fallen?
Cariel leans forward.
2 raids managed to hide in the tangle of the webway and are awaiting the chosen hour. There are Cabal troops hiding in the bowels of Kamarak itself. We are biding our time. When these forces come together, they will be enough to take over another spire and absorb several smaller Cabals who will serve us.
I will help you, but my assistance does not come free of charge.
Marazhi snorts.
None of us are going to bend our backs out of compassion for the weak, Octavia the Fire Axe. We cannot wait long for your decision. Those who have found refuge in real space have been here too long.
Cariel's voice rings with genuine fear.
We are forced to fight one another. Forced to seek torment in the blood of our kin. Do not tarry, find our base in a neighboring star system where our raid is hiding from the scheming of other Cabals. You should hurry, the voice of Silanthresh in the minds of our companions grows louder with every passing day.
Marazhi turns to you with an intrigued smile.
The Cabal wants me back? How very curious.
How did they find us here in the first place?
The Xenos shrugs nonchalantly.
I think Cariel found a way to gain access to my spies, the ones left or abandoned as sleeper agents on your ship. My downfall was so sudden I never had the time to cover my tracks.
This is a very obvious trap.
It is not. A trap is what I prepared for you, an unexpected and exquisite creation of a sophisticated mind. This is an invitation to a slaughter.
Marazhi's lip curls in contempt.
Cariel did not even try to hide how much the Reaving Tempest hates me.
What are you going to do?
Answer the summons. Attend the meeting, look at the faces of those who have gathered there. And start rebuilding the Cabal. The Reaving Tempest is not dead while I still breathe, and I will make the Dark City tremble when we return there in full force.
Very well, let's talk to your kin.
Marazhi nods.
Excellent. We have the coordinates. We know what to expect. I will sharpen my blades, they will obviously be needed when I reunite with my kin. At least, I hope so.
Okay.
Caligos's broad-shouldered figure exudes strength and authority, but his tense jaw muscles belie his impatience.
Waiting on this rust bucket for the hunt to resume is trying my patience. Octavia the Fire Axe.
I shall see you at the hunt, Caligos.
Octavia the Fire Axe.
Winterscale's face twists in a predatory grin.
That's actually a fair point. You have Space Marine recoil 35, 35. What do you have? You have... Oh my god, you have absolute dog shit, huh? Absolute dog shit. What legs do you have? Where... target hit by the wearer's melee attack, fall prone. Okay, so decent area of attack. Okay. Okay. Uran randomly summons one of the following demons: Pink Armor, Demon App, Plague Bearer, Bloodletter. That demon fights at your side until the end of combat. Ability can be used again if at least 9 enemies were killed in combat. Okay. Do you have any unique? Blood for the Blood God. Winterscale gains 20 weapon skill, 40 strength, but becomes untrollable until the end of combat. Controllable creatures try to attack the nearest target. Arch Militant, okay. I'm sorry to say, I don't think I'm going to use those. Genuinely not going to use those.
When Idira sees you, her lips curve into a smile and she nods at something over your shoulder.
Have you recovered from the encounter with the false Theodora?
I'm not going to lie. I haven't. Maybe I never will. But I'm not hearing random voices anymore. And I haven't been calling anyone from the other side. No. All that's done with. After what you did for me, I can't let you down again.
Very well. I will hope for the best.
Yes, ma'am, Lord Captain. We will. Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Coronis Expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best. Of course, Lord Captain. Of course.
Okay. So, we have him here. And he's down here because... Wait. That's actually a fair point. Can you have Ural and Ulfar at the same time?
The sorcerer's fingers, clad in heavy gauntlets, are leafing through the pages of a grand tome bound in rough, dark leather. Upon hearing your footsteps, Uralon the Cruel looks away from the tome and bares his sharp, uneven teeth.
I greet you, champion. Is it time to spill the blood of misbelievers? Or has the path of the truth brought you to me for another purpose? May the blessing of the true gods be with you.
Okay, so we actually got 2 of the hidden companions. Let's scan these planets and have a look.
Having scanned the surface, officers report the remains of an exploration camp, to which a team of scouts is immediately sent. The scouting party is confused. All the equipment bears the von Valancius coat of arms, but there is no trace of anyone other than the rogue trader's servants.
Found out what happened.
The scouts find traces of gunfire on the field equipment. A single unharmed data crypt is found in one of the cogitators. A group of tech priests successfully decrypt part of the data, including an order to eliminate the exploration team, signed by Theodora von Valancius. Not far from the camp is a pit full of charred bones and fragments of armor bearing the rogue trader's coat of arms. The scout's report leaves Abelard with conflicting feelings. Despite his certainty that her ladyship Theodora would not give such an order without very good reason, Abelard's expression is somber like a missionary who lost his faith.
Okay. Got that fixed. I think we can land on this one, right?
The rocky world is bound in ice and shrouded in a thick fog of dark clouds. Augurs trace a faint signal to an area under the ice alongside a distress call whose encryption matches that used by the Lord Inquisitor and his teams.
Decrypted transmission coming from the planet.
Lex interrogators quickly and effortless break the clever code. The transmission goes as follows: Acolyte 17-1, Lord Inquisitor. The event horrific vision occurred. Goodbye. The Emperor protects.
Descend to the planet to surface to find out.
A monstrous hole, crudely dug into the ice, opens the way to the signal source. Before the Lord Captain stand angular shapes of unknown art.
Our team is so good, so I highly doubt we're going to need anything else. Okay, so that's the exit. Let's have a look around. We have something here.
The walls appear as if they were cast from a single piece of metal and seem impressively durable. It is impossible to gauge how many centuries have passed since they were built.
They're cast from a single piece of metal, yes.
The blackened tracks of blood extend further, leading you into the depths of the corridor.
There will be no peace in my wake.
A rotten, metallic scent wafts from the pool of dried blood. An uneven ripple runs across the STELE's surface. The symbols covering it tremble and blend into each other. None stay in your memory for longer than a second.
That's a lot of corpses.
Yes,
That is
they
a
all
lot
will
of corpses.
see.
The monstrous structure looms majestically over you. The energy spilled into the air obstructs your mind. For a moment, it seems that not only are you studying the obelisk, but it is also studying you. This cogitator was installed here recently before it was destroyed by an unknown weapon. Military equipment and mechanisms for sacred machines. Everything is untouched. The Inquisitor's soldiers are dead. Something unspeakable mutilated their bodies and dumped them together in a pile. Several disfigured corpses in the uniforms of Inquisition soldiers have been tossed in a grotesque pile between the cogitator and the large obelisk-like statue. Their killers left no trace, but you have the nagging, oppressive feeling that the very walls are watching you. The air, thick with electricity and the heavy stench of rotting flesh, only makes that feeling worse. A message is blinking impatiently on the cogitator's vidscreen. Process, linguistic analysis, ALG.54782136. Status, awaiting data cataloging. Activate information panels. You have never seen a cryptographic machine as intricate and unorthodox as this one. The numerous sacred seals of algorithmic asceticism suggest that the spirit dwelling within is exceptionally cunning and powerful, privy to forbidden knowledge. Pasquale bows reverently to the sacred machine and whispers.
This machine's spirit is wayward and apprehensive, for it is tormented. Its intricate mind carries many scars from pacifying binaric litanies.
The tech priest carefully removes the severed human finger from the input panel, whispers an apologetic prayer to the cogitator, and casually tosses the piece of flesh away.
Try to extract data concerning the mechanism's masters.
The mechanism, having served the Inquisition so faithfully, is loath to part with its secrets. One after another, menacing scarlet dots light up on its casing. Pasquale bores his head and mutters a prayer, then makes a quick motion with his fingers. Several lights on the cogitator go out as its defenses crack.
Forgive me, ancient spirit. You must be pacified.
Continue the attempt.
Your ruthless intrusion into the cogitator's memory chambers yields the following message: prepare for the start of Operation Precious Sentinel. The horrific vision event may come to pass. Orders to abort the research mission and join the contingent on Epitaph. Codes for traversing the minefields are attached. The message has an attachment containing the astronomical coordinates of a planet along with some binary code. Priority 0, contact with barrier squadron lost during dimensional gate recharging. No confirmation received of gate being sealed. Stay on high alert. The cogitator shrieks indignantly, lighting up with blinding red indicators and letting out a high-frequency howl. A word appears across the entire width of the vid screen, ALG 00-02, intrusion. When the ringing in your ears subsides, you realize you hear something else. Someone's heavy footsteps. The vindictive machine spirit triumphantly displays a blinking prophetic message.
These are the enemies of Psychers. Necrons, hilariously enough, is one of the most factions that have fought Psychers, because they fought some of the most powerful Psychers in the universe, and they fought them to a standstill. Okay, Pascal first, then Deathmark, Destroyer, Scan, Bella, then you. Okay. Deathmark is over here. So, Jay go and cover. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Weaponized all attacks against the enemy within 2 cell radius gain critical scan effect for the okay. So pretty much it tells us that we kinda need to be close to it to actually deal damage to it. Okay, fair enough. Over here, we can get a good shot here, right? We have there as well. Yeah.
The air is filled with a putrid smell.
Oh, you didn't shoot on anyone?
I bring mercy and retribution. As honor ordains. As the tenets demand.
honor ordains. I shall not fail.
Disarray? What does disarray do? I don't know.
As honor ordains. As the tenets demand.
Okay, so burning effects on your work. Okay, great.
What is this foreboding? No can do. Will do. Was that you? Or
Okay.
Into the heart this time. Step
No,
by step,
fuck it.
I lead.
This is fucking huge, huh?
I won't sully myself with that.
The air is filled with a putrid smell.
A new note in discordant melody. Another stroke of genius.
Surfaces around are covered with mucus. The air is filled with evil whispers.
Oh, a wicked thought.
watch my back. I can do that with the right incentive.
Oh, war is my muse.
A moving target lives longer.
Okay, this is actually kind of interesting.
Schemes within schemes.
Why is it interesting? Simple fact that
You've got a problem. I've got a prize. I can do that.
the simple fact that the area is so wide, this one, so it's
Tell me
actually
and it is
kind of
done.
hard to utilize my Psycho's powers to its full extent.
I've seen worse battles than this in my
So
time.
that's actually kind of interesting.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
Request approved.
Cabella's down. Okay. Yeah, that's not great.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
A strike of terror pierces the heart.
On it. None will stand against me.
A gust of cold wind ruffles your hair.
Through the smoke and gunfire!
Hello!
A wicked thought!
Did... That's mildly infuriating.
I can do that. Whoa! I want a medal for that one.
Okay,
You've got a problem? I've got a prize. I can do that with the right incentive. Don't get too cocky. Me? Never in 1,000 sectors.
Pathetically sound of it. I will do my duty. Victory is imminent.
Explorers know one route. Forward. Running binary right.
hey, that missed. Too bad. Here, can't do that either.
Cover me! Anything else?
Flames! Another one.
Just as I foretold. I know what I'm doing, usually. I can do that. Never cross a Kazbalikan. Don't get too cocky. Tell me, and it is Jai Hidari. Remember the name. How about no? You just...
I can't put... That's bullshit. I can't just get back in the fight on the guy who's fallen.
I know what is to come. But of course, be gone!
What lies?
Xenos lore.
The column emits a low roar, but you are able to withstand it. The vid screen awakens at your touch. Status: beginning data transmission to the sacred calculator. Missing data, and have become immortal. We have become, missing data, turns to darkness, it shall be conquered and it shall tremble in fear, missing data, dot. The sight of the Xena symbols is repulsive, but your will is strong. At the press of a key, the vid screen displays the following, status, beginning data transmission to the sacred calculator. Missing data, shunning the imperfections of the flesh, its transience, and its finiteness, missing data, the new, preserving a bond with the old through rhythm, images, missing data, dot. The surface with the symbols trembles like rippling water, but it has no effect on you. The vid screen awakens at your touch, status, beginning data transmission to the sacred calculator. Missing data, its finiteness, we have embarked on a new trajectory amid the stars, missing data, and symbols. Before existence, missing data, dot.
What? Do we have any more cogitators? Why is there loot in the wall?
Did you want something?
In this tapestry of
Oh.
a world, I am the rogue thread.
Fair enough. Never paid attention to this. Did this open up now? Do we have the same here?
Would you look at that?
When you touch the smooth surface of the wall, it burns you with cold as if in warning, danger lurks beyond.
We have more stuff. Open. Okay, so we opened that, we opened that. Huh?
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Can we do something more here? I think we've already done all the skill tests and everything like that. Yeah.
One step
The monstrous structure looms majestically over you. The energy spilled into the air obstructs your mind. For a moment, it seems that not only are you studying the obelisk, but it is also studying you.
Blood streaks. Okay, I guess.
A rotten, metallic scent wafts from the pool of dried blood.
Oh, here's where the
What
destroyers
lies
actually came out.
beyond?
Oh, that makes sense why it's dangerous. Do we have anything more over here?
This cogitator was installed here recently before it was destroyed by an unknown weapon. Tall pillars stretch upward from the abyss of pale mist, seemingly rising from the void itself. Looking at the greenish haze makes your body feel sluggish with weariness.
Oh yes, they all will see.
Okay, I guess we're leaving then? To the Void Ship Bridge. Okay, so we have Necrons. Those are the skeletons. Those are the ones that fight the warp continuously. So that's actually interesting. I'm wondering what... One of the achievements I know is learn the Necron language. And I don't know how. I felt like that was one of the key components to it. Okay, so we're going to go over to Pascal. Pascal is over here.
The Amanat Collective never found the time to thank you for your cooperation, Von Valancius. The part you played in achieving the restoration will not be forgotten. forgotten.
Are your new comrades all that you hoped they would be?
My assessment of them was correct. Ignorance was remedied. Purity and loyalty were raised to an absolute degree. Castes the Doubter gave us his skepticism. Lycut the Spirit Talker, his unflinching faith. Logic and paranoia had no names in their past lives, but their minds are sharp and singular. Finding a mind that could replace Abel's was the hardest of all. However, a young woman was found on the lower decks of the Heretical, whose imagination completed our collective. Her name, you will appreciate fate's subtlety here. Her name was Nihel.
Ancient tech monster has no place in my retinue. What are you now? Still human or not anymore?
I am the messiah of discontinuing. I am the computing power of 6 righteous souls. Yet I am more than that. Much like a human is more than the sum of their organs. As to whether I am human, I doubt it. I am a data spirit, an incarnation of the answer to the question we posed to the Omnissiah. However, the person you knew will forever remain at the core of my system.
I shall miss my friend Pascal.
There is no need. He has not gone anywhere. He has merely evolved. My words are his words as well.
I believe we're done here.
Then I will return.
Okay. I want to see here. High Factotum, can you do
The
anything?
High Factotum Janris Danrope greets you with a cool smile and the merest hint of a bow.
Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance?
I'd like to replace the painting. I want to know more about the people who you buy. How do you... okay, no.
I shall await your instructions, Lord Captain.
The massive figure of the Mallet Asclepius is frozen before the cogitator in a praying pose. Without raising his head, he addresses you.
I salute the ruler of this ship.
I see you found the Great Spirit Gallo, because...
I have found a miracle. And the end of my worldly road. I have never seen and never will see anything more meaningful than the spirit of Nomos. In the face of its multitude, we are all nothing but the fixed values of an erroneous function.
The cybergargoyle's gaze tracks you as you walk away from the cogitator.
Lord Captain.
The master...
Proud to serve the dynasty.
Can I do...
Eurelon the Cruel looks away from his tome once more.
Champion. What is the truth's reason for this arrival? May the blessing of the true gods be with you.
Don't care about you that much, honestly. The thing was, I wanted to know if we could actually learn...
Lord Captain, unidentified sickle-shaped ships have taken off from the planet we just left. They're approaching swiftly and readying their weapons for battle.
Yep. Failed degradation scales from 1 to 0. Does not transfer between batteries. Same value for all psychers in the
This
battle.
inky abyss will witness our victory.
Okay, 200. They're all Jackal class.
The Void Master, if you please. Engage the last!
Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Lance! Sail upon the seas of void. Engage the macro cannons. Commence torpedo launch.
Okay.
Oh, commence the symphony of
Reanimation
macro
protocol
cannons.
activated.
Engage the lance.
Hey, let's go for this.
Steady
now.
Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Okay. Master of maneuvering.
Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
We're going
Steady Hand
there.
2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Let the macro cannons sing their twisted song.
Reanimation protocol activated.
Yes, that's great. And we
The
can put us
destination
here.
is known.
And we can blast you from behind.
Lance!
Increase the range.
Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Jump one over to the left. And
Engage the macro cannons. Unleash our fury. Set course.
And yeah, we're going to have this guy reanimate again, I presume. So
Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Let the macro cannons sing their twisted song.
Reanimation protocol activated.
Launch the devastating payload.
For throne's sake, we lost the shield.
Engage the macro cannons.
yeah,
Another victory for the Von Valancius dynasty.
Xenos, Void Trophies. Okay, we like that. That is a pure upgrade to what we have, and a fairly solid one as well.
Lord Cap'n, what were those things? They took off from the surface of the world where you landed. I have never seen ships like that, never seen such technologies either. We've fished a trophy out of the void, a relatively intact fragment of a wreck, and sent it to our engine seers. And, just in case, we've isolated the compartment where they are performing their comprehension liturgies.
Do we really know? Research the tombs in the Rogue Trader's private library, perhaps will give us insight into these monsters.
An hours-long silence follows as your order is being executed. At last, the Vox comes to life again. Your ladyship, the Carto Artifex claims to have found a mention of Xenos similar to the ones we've encountered. The manuscript refers to them as Necrons.
Do we really not know anything about this enemy?
Nothing but tales and rumors. I've heard stories about sickle ships that reap entire squadrons like ears of grain, about crews that know no fear, about the veil of death that shrouds them and corrodes their enemies' ships like rust. Those stories aren't worth a grox as us, though, because they also say that none has ever survived encountering those sickle ships. If that were true, there wouldn't be anyone around to tell those stories, would there? The Vox clicks as it lets someone into the channel. The Ogre, Octavia the Fire Axe. That is what our legends call those decrepit relics, those walking corpses that supposedly existed even before our time. However, they are far too real to be dismissed as mere legend, and so are their cradles in this part of the galaxy. Reaving Tempest scouts have long been reporting encounters with them in real space. And it bodes no good that the Ogre have awakened from their sleep and are attacking anything in sight. The Ogre are lifeless shells. They feel no fear, no doubt, nothing at all, in fact, not even pain or suffering, which makes them unpleasantly dull prey. I doubt that we have seen the last of them, so keep your servants on alert and do not ever think of underestimating the Ogre in combat. I have seen with my own eyes what their Gauss weapons are capable of. For a Monkey, facing an opponent like that would be a lethal challenge. Data available. Those creatures are Nephilimics, the Omnisara's fallen angels. Citing a quotation, the first machine spirits ever created by the Omnisar were in will, in body, and in power. Unmatched in their perfection, they were realizing the design of the Deus Mechanicus into being. But the principle of entropy conceived by the Omnisar was fundamental, thus even the perfect became flawed through the overabundance of their perfection. So vast were the Nephilimics' abilities and so immeasurable the depth of their minds that pride tempted them. The Nephilimics rejected the design of the Deus Mechanicus in favor of their own. The order of existence was defiled, and a great war of absolute destruction came. The Nephilimics were overthrown and exterminated, with only a few managing to hide from the Omnisara's eye by extinguishing their minds and shrouding themselves in oblivion. In their change, the Omnisar created new machine spirits and destined them into servitude, so that they would remember the limits of their power and would not descend into pride. As for the ultimate perfection, the Deus Mechanicus abolished it from the universe, and thus it was no more.
What is this trophy we have acquired?
The engine seers are at a loss. They say it's a gift born from the Omnisara's wisdom, but its image was imperfect, and therefore it was eroded by corruption and unbelief, whatever that means. The ship's minor conclave has gone into Date meditation to produce a resolution regarding the admissibility of using this item.
Bolster the crew's morale. Give additional ration to those who showed valor in battle. This is just beginning.
As you will, Lord Captain. The dimensional gate is still inactive. Passage is currently impossible. Unfortunately.
When will it become active again?
I have sent a request to the engine seers already. I won't insult your ears with a maybe in an hour, maybe in 10 Terran years type of answer. They have no idea, but that doesn't stop every cog on board, from the senior officers and down to the last technomat, from begging for a shuttle and permission to poke around in that thing.
Oh yeah, we wanna put that okay. I can't move back. Okay. Too bad.
Lord Captain, I must inform you that Mistress Cabela has made her way to your chambers and relieved the bodyguards stationed there. Perhaps she wishes to have a conversation in private.
Okay.
Your chambers have undergone a profound transformation. Familiar patterns stretch from the entrance all the way to the far end of the hall, forming an intricate maze. Its passages meet and diverge, all of them blending together in an almost hypnotic experience, and the aroma of sacred unguents tickles your nostrils.
Domin, it's time we left the labyrinth.
What's going on?
Ever since you appeared in my life, I've been looking for a way out of what my existence has become. And I've realized I can't do it alone. This time, you will be my guide. Please, take me out of this labyrinth. When we're free of this trap I've led us into, we can look at what the future holds.
Enter the labyrinth. Well then, follow the sound of my word.
You take a step, and Kibella echoes it, entering the tangled web with you. You notice a set of tiny stitches on her closed eyelids. She is relying on her hearing to walk, having completely entrusted herself to your will.
When I first stepped into your world, it blinded me, so I clung to my mask of calm focus. Any other spinner in my place would have been overwhelmed by what I saw in your realm. When thoughts of you began to cloud my mind and steer me away from the tenets, I noticed it happening. Our bond is steadily cutting the threads between me and my purpose.
I will forever treasure the memory of the day I first saw you. You two have opened up a new world to me.
Forever.
I knew I had stirred something in your soul back then, our first evening.
Can you truly read my soul so easily, Domin? Or are you just showing off in front of the one who trusts you?
Guide Cabela through the labyrinth without breaking the rules. Yeah.
You guide Kibella through the maze, away from the center, and closer to the exit. Her movements are precise, and she carefully follows your every instruction. The corridors weave and join, cross and branch, in an attempt to confuse all who wander them. The odor wafting from the lines on the floor makes your head swim.
I searched long. I tried on different masks. I struggled to find a new thread, one that would accept you without repulsing me. But here's the truth. I am my own past. The blood-spun web is my home and my destiny. It is everything I know about the universe, and I'm not ready to leave it behind. If I did, your Kibella would disappear. The web stretches through me, feeding my soul and mind. And so, it will always be. I can love you still from the shadows of the web. If that isn't enough for you, I will withdraw into the darkness. I will take our feelings with me and keep them far away from you.
We can find a way together, however different our worlds may be. We can overcome the obstacles. Don't torment yourself. Go back to your world. We might be far from one another, but our love will live on. No. We will find a way to be together, however our worlds may be different. Yeah.
Domin, I would defy the tenets. No, every law in the Imperium, just for a chance to be happy with you. But I know I won't be.
Sing. Follow my song, Cabela. I sing of you.
The moment you start singing, Kibella joins you, like an echo of your every note. Your voices flow in a duet as you guide Kibella toward the exit.
My love.
Together, the two of you emerge from the twisted maze. Kibella's hands dart to touch yours, her fingers interweaving with your own in a silent greeting. Then, she withdraws her hands and lifts them up to her face. A dagger flashes in the dim light, cutting the delicate stitches. Kibella looks at you with new eyes.
My love.
You are mine forever. Two psychopaths together.
I love you. I always will. Until the end of the last star in the dark void.
We are out of the labyrinth. A new eternity awaits.
An eternity in the embrace of that which will welcome us both.
Gesture to the lines on the floor. What happens to it now?
We have passed the labyrinth's web. Ahead of us are new trials. But I believe that as long as we keep each other in our hearts, we will always prevail. Come, Domin. Let's cleanse ourselves before we go back to our threads.
You listen to the comforting sound of running water. For a moment, a horrific scene surfaces in your mind, blood pouring from the pipes in a drowning torrent. But the image is dispelled by Kibella's touch. She is warm, alive, and so close.
May these waters mend the mistakes of the lost. May they wash away the missteps, cleanse the soiled hands, clear the clouded mind. And as we wade in, may they grant us the strength to follow our thread. Always remember, Domin, that I love you. I will carry this love into the embrace of death when the time comes for me to reach my end. Remember.
You have dispelled the shadows in the void.
The heavy altar looks ancient and out of...
And we leave. And we go to the next system. I'm kind of in the phase where I'm just thinking back at what everything we've done. We've stopped the Gene Stealer uprising. We have done like a ton of different things in this playthrough.
The command bridge received an alarming Vox message from the quartermaster. Some of the provisions and drinking water have gone bad and continue to worsen, teeming with fat grain. The purifying flame consumed the provisions in an instant, much faster than anyone expected. The crew's ears rang with a pained shriek and the scorched...
Okay. This is kind of like a bulletin run. It's really quick. It has different options, but it has a set path to it. We are going to go through most of the planets, scan them just because. Yeah.
Mighty machine spirit, lend us a modicum of thy power.
Oh, we're getting ambushed by Aldari. Drukari. That is Immortality denied destroyer. To be fair, most of them are kind of small, honestly.
The destination is known. Engage the lance! Unleash.
Another notch on the macro cannon.
Commence the symphony of macro cannons.
All misses? Yeah, too bad.
Drown them in the void. Sail upon the seas of void.
Okay, that is 100 damage.
Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
The land.
And so it will be with anyone who stands in our way.
Master, if you please. Unleash.
Give him a bit there. Yeah.
Fury.
Have another salvo.
Engage the macro cannons.
No escape pods detected. No emergency beacon detected. No survivors detected.
Commence torpedo launch.
Proceed accordingly.
Sail upon the seas of void. Unleash the fury!
Come on. Come on, I want you want to move a bit, right? Oh. Goodbye.
Initiate macro cannon barrage.
They didn't even break the shield. They didn't even break the fucking shields. Oh my god.
Wry laughter sounds in the Vox channel. The Black Heart is here. What a surprising turn of events.
Do you still wish to go to rendezvous points? You seem to be enjoying this.
Of course. The blood was spilled long before we set foot on the planet where the meeting will take place. I look forward to sinking my blades into the flesh of my kin, or to seeing them kneel before me. The laughter becomes guttural. Oh yes, I am going to enjoy this little adventure. Come, Octavia the Fire Axe. Let us delay no longer.
Necron Ring. Okay. Make planet fall on runaway. Okay, nothing. What is that? Is that a volcano? Emerald fires.
Most of the surface is covered in icy dunes with greenish highlights. At first, officers aboard the vessel decide that the unusual color of the ice is due to a quirk of the atmosphere. Later, it becomes evident that the source of the highlights is a group of monstrous pyramidal structures wreathed in an emerald fire. Examining them in detail with magnoculars, it can be seen that one of the monoliths is damaged. A device on its wall emits an energy beam at a similar pyramid not far from itself.
Examine the structure.
The von Valancius scouts approach the monoliths with as much care as possible, fearing the appearance of an enemy. A small servitor, sent to gather data about the energy beam, clearly demonstrated the destructive power of this nanotechnology. After carelessly making contact with the beam, it instantaneously broke apart into minuscule pieces. It is curious that the second pyramid is still intact, and that only matter at the source of the beam is being destroyed.
Study the surviving monolith.
The energy beam barely reflects off the dark metal of the pyramid. Occasionally, a scarcely visible wave runs across the surface of the monolith's walls, after which the material appears to become even smoother. It's as if one monolith is feeding the other, not destroying it. A few scouts decide to come closer in order to better examine the phenomenon. The soldiers of von Valancius notice a fragment of a metallic ribcage melted right into the material of one of the walls like a bizarre bas-relief. Between the rows of ribs, a talisman of black stone shimmers with colored light after each wave of energy. The figure to which the talisman belonged shows no signs of life. After a quick debate, the officers decide to take the artifact on board.
The wearer can use heroic act on 125 instead of 175, and desperate measures at 50 plus momentum higher, capped at 100 momentum. The wearer is considered having heretical adherent if they do not have it. Okay. It's rare to find such an ominous phenomenon in a lifeless ice. Okay, we have a few more things to check. Don't really care about that now.
The greenish glow of the gigantic ring, made from unknown materials, flows through the windows of the captain's bridge. The void ship's instruments measure a whole spectrum of various emissions. Sometimes the dull green is darkened by clouds of space dust or bent by gravitational waves. The object most closely resembles a portal, albeit what's passing through it cannot be clearly defined.
Send a team to examine the object.
Additional equipment and a closer position allow the team to understand part of what's happening. The portal seems to resemble the gate devices used by the Aldrai and Druckery, only made of a different material. The metallic shine of the ring alternates with the darkness of the large blocks of stone, reminiscent of the material that makes up the famous Kadayan pylons. Analysis of the wave signatures indicates that the construct once used parts of the woodway, the Aldrai system of pathways. However, in its current condition the portal is not fit for transporting vessels, it is unstable and often begins unleashing dangerous cosmic objects. Instead of transports, the gate spews forth dark light waves and deadly breaths of incandescent gas, the latter taken from a star's photosphere.
Observe the anomaly.
Arcs of incandescent star gases bursting from the ring pierce the darkness of space, reflected by the surface of other celestial bodies in the system. At times, dark light waves bend the edges of the portal, but they are quickly restored thanks to the enigmatic, flowing metal. Then, lashes of purple clouds, dissected by threads of lightning, appear in the center of the ring. An unseen force prevents them from reaching the other side of the portal as the blocks of blackstone become covered in purple scarlet illumination. If the ring truly were a portal, it is not fit to serve as one any longer. Stellar heat and gravitational force forbid any vessel from passing through it. According to the ship's astropaths, the purple clouds are an even more dangerous phenomenon, indicating that the powers of the warp are eager to flow out of the portal into real space. As if to highlight its deadliness, with the next wave of dark light, the portal throws out the shattered remains of an unidentified void ship.
Hard to believe that a civilization capable of creating this device, as powerful as this one could have undergone such a decline. Wait, burning world, already explored. Okay. That's...
The augurs reveal two Xenos ships hurtling through clouds of cosmic dust. A message is coming from one of the alien vessels on an encrypted Vox frequency used by the von Valancius dynasty. According to the transmission, Lady Theodora's people are aboard the Xenos ship.
Request a report on the enemy. Establish Vox.
The same request for help keeps coming back. We are alive. We are fighting. We need support.
Request a report on the enemy.
The augurs are spotting more and more Xenos vessels, but most of them are in a strange state of dormancy. Are they asleep? Dead? Cautiousness dictates not to test this hypothesis. Thankfully, the nebulae in the system could allow the Dynasty flagship to evade danger.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's battle. Let's battle. It sounds like a trap. It sounds like a trap, but is it Necron trap or is it Drukhari trap? That's what I'm more interested in. What I'm interested in actually knowing. It's probably a trap. I'm pretty sure it is.
The skeins of fate can lead us to victory.
Oh, that's a lot of Necron. That is a lot of Necron. Shroud Cruiser. Okay, so hopefully if we avoid going in their parameter.
The destination is no.
Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1. Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Fury! Drown them in the void. Engage the macro cannons! Engage the lance!
Reanimation protocol activated.
Let the macro cannons sing their twisted song!
Did that do reanimation, living metal? That do falling apart? Okay, so we are going
Sail upon the
that
seas
direction.
of void.
Reload.
Commence the symphony of macro cannons. Set course. Let the macro cannons sing their twisted song. Unleash
Reanimation protocol
our
activated.
fury. Void Master, if you please. Engage the last.
Come on.
Launch the devastating payload.
Here is actually one thing I'm thinking about. Could we just trigger these just for fun? They have 300 health, they're probably going to reincarnate. No. If we actually need to fight some of them...
Engage the macro cannons.
Reanimation protocol activated.
Set course. Engage the lance. You.
Do I wait this if I shoot it inside?
Macro cannons.
No. Okay.
Engage the macro cannons.
I am now hunting them down. This is actually kind of fun. The Necrons are running from me.
Unleash our fury!
Reanimation protocol activated.
Engage the lance!
Steady hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Let the macro cannons sing their twisted song. Engage the macro cannons. The destination is known. Commence the symphony of macro cannons. Lance!
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it.
Course. Commence torpedo launch. Launch a devastating payload. Oh, engage the lance.
No. And boom goes the torpedoes.
Initiate macro cannon barrage.
Reanimation protocol activated.
Oh, fuck.
Unleash our fury.
Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Engage the macro cannons.
Steady Hand 2 activation.
Oh,
Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Commence the symphony of macro cannons.
Ouch. Ouch. What do I expect, honestly?
Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Lance! The destination
I was
is
thinking,
known.
do we want to go out in style? You know what? No.
Engage the lance!
Reanimation protocol activated.
Oh, drown them in the void. Commence torpedo launch.
Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
Macro cannon barrage.
Okay, we're popping, revigorating our shields. And it's running in circles, huh?
Engage the macro cannons.
Come on. Oh, we only got one hit. Come on.
Lance!
Only one hit there as well.
Set course. Let the cosmic winds carry news of our
That's-
victory.
Maybe we got more death spheres if we kill more of the really big ones? Maybe? Maybe? But we're at the stage of the game
The
now.
Xenos are defeated, and your men board the enemy ship, cutting their way through the bulkheads to the source of the signal. They find the decayed remains of a von Valencius boarding party. One of the corpses is clutching a vox caster, sending the voices of the dead out into the void. All of them fell many decades ago. A data slate and a weapon that belonged to the commander of the boarding party were recovered from the dead men's belongings. The words "hope is poison. Kill it, and death becomes easy and desirable" were scratched into the stock.
Bring the remains up to the flagship and give them a proper burial in the crypt. Study the contents of the data slate.
You find a single order given by Lady Theodora. The boarding party was commanded to infiltrate the Xenos vessel and hold off the enemy until the Dynasty flagship withdraws to a safe distance.
Bring the remains back. Yeah.
A prayer service for the fallen is broadcast throughout the flagship. In the following days, people line up to honor the martyrs in the ship's chapels.
Party camp. Yep. You killed this normally as well, right? Yeah.
Don't waste my time.
Do you see that?
The wear increased by 1 for every 2 wounds you have lost.
Judging by the blood dripping from every crack in the broken armor, the Xenos inside practically exploded. The cause of this gruesome death is unclear. There is a glistening, gaping wound under the Kabbalite's cracked armor. This Xenos was not just killed, his insides were turned into paste as he was slowly eviscerated.
Here's my biggest problem. Here is my biggest problem. A lot of these are like, don't really care about, honestly. You know what? Let's go with that. Carmine Whisper. Okay, yeah. Weapon skill. Clenched teeth. Contempt. Orphan engaged. Field medic. Hardened scars. Open strike. Eldari equip. While his fellowship and willpower is increased by, yeah, sure. Killing edge. Weapon skill. Yeah. Eldari equipment. I don't think I have any good Eldari equipment for you, but yeah, sure. Medicaid. Okay, we're into these. Okay. Yep. Contempt. Enrage. Yep. Medicaid. When the warrior uses a single shot attack or against a warrior, gains 13 or okay, yeah, sure. Medicaid. There's a reason why I'm going Medicaid. I don't know though. It's just pure habit at this point, pretty much. Athletics, demolition, Xenolore, yeah. Pascal and Jay actually has more Xenolore than you. Yeah, no, you're not getting Xenolore. Demolition, logic. Each grand scan. Ballistic skill. Okay, yeah. Toughness. You know what? Strength. Strength. Death Dealer kills an enemy, the character, you know. Okay, yeah, that's fairly good. Ramming speed. Okay. Leave no witnesses, lethality, morbid percu. Hits an opening without hitting the... Whenever an assassin hits an enemy without hitting the opening, the assassin gains... Okay, yeah. Ramming speed. Altari weapon proficiency? Heavy armor, flamer, swift movement, sworn enemy, strength, grievous wounds, restore health. Yeah, that's contempt. Whenever the warrior parries, the next type ability is -1. Warrior gain +1 deflection, their parries increase. Yep. Okay. He is now fully... What equipment do we actually have on you? You have almost no equipment. Okay, great. Parry, area damage, you're 90... Actually, fairly solid. We just need a headpiece on you that fits what you're doing. That... Wait. If I throw on... Oh, that actually works. So it just means that specific helmet doesn't actually do anything for you. Okay, fair enough. Single range shots. Awareness, critical damage, single range shot. Whenever the wearer hits the target, it's in cover range. Whenever the user uses an attack that is different type than the previous, they gain the momentum equal to their resolve. Don't really care about that. The wearer suffers 35% less damage from area of attacks. The first grenade used this turn does not count towards the attack limit. They deal damage to all enemies suffering from damage over time effect. You know what? We're going to throw those on you. Inflict bleeding, blah 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 blah. Honestly, that's the one we're running with you. We need some... The starting turn, to wear towards wound equal to the number of bleeding creatures. Blade dance. Whenever the wearer kills an enemy with blade dance, the enemies adjacent to the wearer become staggered for 1 round. It's not bad, but it's not really what we're looking for. That is, though, applies a bleeding on the enemies around me. Whenever the unit kills an enemy, their Medicaid skill increased by 8. That's not really relevant for you. Perplexed. Whenever the wearer performs a single target attack with a two-handed weapon, deal 15 plus damage. Don't care about that. Ignores cover, don't care about that. Increase ballistic care, don't care about it. Next melee attack performed by the wearer, increase the armor by 8. Honestly, we just want a good pair of shoes on you. I think that's where we're just going to go at it. Yeah. Those shoes, apply bleed. Your backpack, the wearer removes toxin, blah blah blah. Persuasion. Dodge. Each time the wearer dodge a melee attack, critical hit chance until the end. Combat, stack. Mimic. Blend in. Then we have something that apply bleeding on the enemy or something like that. Where 15 damage against immune to damage. Info, which one is that? Oh, it's an executioner ability. The wearer's parry reduction and dodge reduction, their melee area of attacks each creature targeted. Okay, let's go with that. We need another one of run and gun, useless. At the start of the turn, every combat, the wearer allies gain deflection equal to the psi rating whenever an ally suffers damage. Okay, yeah, that's that one. So it's not that great. Whenever the wearer fails to parry an attack. Okay. At the beginning of the combat, the wearer gains Shadow Field, while under the effect, wearer counts as in full cover against all ranged attack. The effect is lost when the wearer is hit by a ranged attack, suffers damage from it. For the rest of combat, 30% more damage. Can't use that. Okay. At the start of the turn, the wearer recovers wound equal to number of bleeding targets, temporary wounds, reload, AP. Controlled shot. This increases the chance of psychic phenomena trigger. All warp damage dealt by increased by 6. Yeah, there's nothing really good. We're going to take off that, and we're going to take off that, and we're going to take off that. Fuck. Bonus, login. Login. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go with that. It's not like it's going to get used in any other way, honestly.
The convulsing Xenos is dressed in reaving Tempest armor that has been pierced by weapons in several places. The dying warrior raises his head and stares at you. He sees Mara's high and opens his bloody mouth wide.
You.
The blooded face twists into a grimace of disgust.
Refuse of the arena.
Mara's High's movements are swift and precise, making the dying Druckery gurgle and fall silent forever. The Draken pensively wipes the blood off his blade.
They must be taught to worship me anew.
Finish off the Drukhari. Enough.
Mara's High watches impassively as you dispatch the Xenos.
Had enough fun yet? We need to move on, straight into the maw of those who think they can outwit us.
What's happening on the planet?
Carnage. Killing enemies, or each other, it does not matter. They suffer as I have suffered, driven insane by the voice of Silan Thresh. In real space it can only be drowned out by the whistling of blades and the moans of the dying.
Look around. They've been fighting a long time.
A heavy ordeal for Drukhari. Protracted battles in real space require particular dedication and ferocity.
Mara's High gazes around the battlefield with a look of confusion on his face.
Strange.
What is strange?
You cannot see it, Octavia the Fire Axe, but the very battlefield is strange. Clashes between cabals are different from raids on Monday Key worlds. I can draw attack vectors in my head as much as I want, picture the squad locations and so on, but it does not make sense. Nothing about this makes sense.
The Xenos flexes his fingers in obvious irritation.
What if the Reaving Tempest is not feuding with the Black Heart, which tracked my cabal down here? What if they joined forces? For reasons that currently elude me. Then everything points to the fact that these warriors from my cabal were not killed in a battle, but butchered like cattle after being brought to the front lines.
Mara's High looks around and grimaces.
Time for us to
Mara's
go.
High grins.
Indeed. My weapons have been sheathed for too long.
There will be no peace in my wake.
Okay, nothing there.
The Druckery look foreign against the background of the gorge, long black figures that brandish their weapons when you approach. An angry whisper runs through the ranks of the Xenos. It seems they can barely restrain themselves from lunging at you. Mara's High answers the unkind rumbling with contemptuous laughter.
Excellent. I expected nothing less. Do you hear how much anger my mere appearance provokes? Oh, how I will cherish this slog.
You know the Xenos in the split golden mask. The figure who presided over your fake inquisitorial trial emerges from the haze of anguished memory, shrouded in the parasite-induced gloom.
Nazriki. Archon of the Black Heart. In the flesh. What a surprise.
Mara's High's voice is deliberately calm, but you catch a note of genuine surprise, even amazement. This is the last thing he was expecting.
You came, you foolish whelp.
The mere sound of Nazraki's voice gives you an itchy feeling in your head where the brain-eating maggot was once nestled.
Cariel was not lying when he claimed you would be stupid enough, or brazen enough, to show yourself before the Reaving Tempest again, or rather, before the new ranks of the Black Heart.
Nod towards the female Drukhari next to Nostradamus. Who is that?
Sinisthoria. The last succubus from the cult of the fatal thirst that ruled the arena.
Mara's High responds without taking his eyes off his kin.
It was she who suggested I join the blood-stained proselytes instead of decorating her chambers with my innards.
My rebellious toy.
Sinisthoria's voice rings with every imaginable shade of cruelty.
You did not honestly think your ridiculous escape from the cult that had graciously given you refuge would be forgiven, did you?
Impressive, Marsai. They sent an entire cavalcade of highborn Xenos after you.
Mara's High grins back.
Well spotted, Octavia the Fire Axe. An entire cavalcade. What happened, Nazraki? What is the reason for all this attention?
Nazraki is in no hurry to reply, running a finger along the edge of his blade and gazing intently at Mara's High.
I have come to teach you a lesson, whelp. To make an example out of you in the presence of the rest of your wretched cabal, which the Black Heart has graciously accepted into its ranks.
There is something familiar about Nazraki's face and movements. Until you understand, you have seen the same lurching gestures, the same twitching in Mara's High after he withered and was driven insane by the unceasing whispering of the warp. It seems the Archon has spent too long in real space.
So the remains of the Reaving Tempest has joined a different cabal.
Your Monday Key mistress does not even let you speak without permission, whelp.
Nazraki's voice drips with venom.
You are pathetic, Murezai. Perhaps you should think of your impending doom as deliverance.
The succubus next to Nazraki looks at you.
The Aesir race betrayed and offended their cabal. One by her weakness and irreverence, the other by his pathetic performance at the Obsidian Court and an alliance with the Monkey. To call oneself of the Reaving Tempest these days is to be disinured. Its former members may pass into death or into servitude to a different master. Archon Nazraki I granted his favor to the scum who once served the Aesir race.
I gave them the privilege of joining the Black Heart, the greatest cabal of glorious Kamarak. But only if they tracked down and brought back the last surviving member of the former Archon's line, the last living Aesir race. Your former warriors have done their part, though not without assistance from the wishes of the Fatal Thirst. But that is no reason to deny them credit.
You hear the creaking of gloves as Murezai's hands clutch his blade grips, a telltale sign that he is not merely annoyed but beside himself with fury.
Look at Murezai.
Murezai's face is a complex mask of emotions: rage, astonishment and realization. He begins to speak, his voice unusually hoarse and quiet, the words meant only for Nazraki's ears.
You were not planning to overthrow Yrmeres. You did not plan to make me the new Archon of the Reaving Tempest. From the beginning, you only wanted to destroy my cabal. The Reaving Tempest, such a grand name for a pile of rubbish led by a haughty bitch. The sniveling wretch thought she could bend the laws of Kamarak to extract the cabal from the protection of the Black Heart. No one rejects our favor without consequence. I had just begun planning raids on the Spire, when who should come to me? You. The cabal's Draken, who longed to regain the favor of the Black Heart. You asked for an alliance to bolster the loyalty of the Reaving Tempest. You pledged your allegiance. I confess, for a moment I even entertained the thought of installing you as Archon, but that moment melted away at the thought of tearing the Reaving Tempest apart from the inside without having to lift a finger. You were the one to suggest holding a fake trial for Yrmeres. No matter the outcome, you promised to condemn her in the name of the Black Heart, your voice being second only to that of Asdrubal Vecht himself. You let me set the stage with my own hands.
Murezai's voice trembles with admiration and rage.
And then you delivered the verdict, stripping the Reaving Tempest of its Draken and showing the others that the cabal had made a mistake and grown weak.
Abelard rubs his temple.
Do I understand correctly that one Xenos gang devoured another Xenos gang, just to indulge the maniacal whims of one Xenos ringleader?
What about Nocturne Oblivion? What did he play during the trial?
Nazraki gives you an exasperated look but does not deign to reply.
He does not know, Octavia the Fire Axe.
Murezai answers you mockingly.
The great Archon of the Black Heart does not have the slightest idea what the Arabenian was doing at his little trial. You forget yourself, whelp.
For a brief moment, a spark of rage surfaces from under
So
Nazraki's
tight.
mask of arrogant tranquility.
So the Reaving Tempest was doomed from the start.
The outcome was known long before the story began. One Aesir race brought the wrath of the Black Heart upon her cabal, the other became the first pillar to fall at my command. And now, the remnants of the Kabalites still loyal to Vecht will put an end to the history of the departed cabal. They brought me to you, and they will drag you back to Kamarak in chains.
Kiriel's voice is devoid of any emotion.
The Aesir race have lost the right to be considered the first among us. If the Black Heart wills it, we will destroy those who have dishonored the cabal.
Murezai pierces Kiriel with his gaze before shifting it back to Nazraki.
Then why did you serve me so well by bringing my sworn enemy here, Kiriel? Both he and the remnants of the Reaving Tempest will be mine.
Murezai slaps the soul trap hanging from his belt and laughs derisively.
And I will forever listen to your agony. Kill them. Kill everyone except the whelp, I need him alive.
What a curious specimen.
Fear me, monkey.
A genius at work!
Call this a strike?
Predictable downfall. Let's see. Another one is shattered. Schemes within schemes.
You've unleashed my fury.
A genius. A predictable downfall. A maelstrom of madness! Oh, another one is shattered. Let's face flames! Another one. Schemes within scheme. Another one is shattered. Oh, a genius at work!
Follow my lead. Indeed.
How much parry chance do you have? You have still only 94. Okay.
At your beck and call. I will do my duty. It will be done. You will pay for this in blood. Horror awaits. Ha! Reduced to dust. Don't distract me. Kneel before me, praising!
A strike of terror pierces the heart. Light sources grow painfully bright.
Bring it on. Build. I can taste my blood. Don't distract me.
What if? Even I won't do that.
Insects begin crawling under your skin.
Opposition. A predictable downfall.
Once be over.
Don't get too cocky.
I'll show you the real pain.
I can do that, with the right incentive. You've got a problem, I've got a...
Target well struck.
Okay. And the game has bugged out. That's actually a fair point. Do we actually... Is there anything glimmer? Those are actually better. Okay. Come on. Come on.
What's they slaves? Another one.
Marazhai looks around the battlefield.
Nazraki is dead. Sinisthoria is dead. And all those cowards and sycophants are dead, every last one of them.
Does this mean there's no one left to threaten you?
Mandrax. Nazraki's followers. The remains of the Reaving Tempest. No, I am still in danger. But will they risk hunting me, a Drukari who lives in real space and has destroyed all of his enemies? I doubt it.
Do you not regret what happened?
I have no need of spineless, disloyal scum who were tested by circumstance and found wanting. The ones who cast me down I have ground to dust. What is there to regret?
His gaze is directed somewhere else, past you, past the bloody remains beneath your feet, towards something only he can see.
I will find a purpose for myself. I will find whoever is pursuing me, even if that means tracking them here and not in the webway.
Fun is over. It's time to return.
Marazhai nods grimly.
Indeed. And once we are back, you and I will have a talk. But for now, let us collect the trophies.
Incubus, reinforced Cabalite armor. Whenever the wearer dodges an enemy ranged attack, they immediately perform a single action equipped with melee weapon on a random adjacent enemy. This attack has 35% armor penetration and parry reduction, and only be performed 3 times in a single round. That's actually kind of interesting.
In my veins.
No, that is genuinely interesting, honestly. Modified splinter. Got another piece. The wearer performs a melee attack on an enemy, inflicts 1 stack of Black Hunt. If the enemy has at least 1 stack of Black Hunt, each attack from an ally on the enemy inflicts 1 more stack of Black Hunt. Each stack of Black Hunt grants 1 critical hit chance, 1 critical damage to all attacks. Okay.
One step at a time, amidst the madness.
Okay. That's interesting. That's fairly interesting, no question about it. That means, to be honest, we're at the stage now where it's just a rush to the end of the game. It's just finishing everything off in the game. Let's go and talk with Marasai before anything else.
Rogue trader.
I would support that you were attacked by some creatures from a shadow.
I have some recollection. What is it to you?
It just occurred to me. Narrows his eyes at you, but says nothing in response. You have finally dealt with your last enemy. What's next for you?
The Cabal is as good as dead, and everyone who wanted me dead has perished along with it. Now that I'm no longer being hunted by assassins, I'm free to choose my next steps. It is a strange feeling. I will grapple with that later, but for now, new blood and fresh suffering awaits us. I would hate to miss all the fun. Then go. I will find something to amuse myself with.
Proceed to the meeting place. What? Proceed to the meeting? Contracts are locked. Chapter 5, Salzar. What? Okay, yeah, no. I probably have 1,000,001 different quests I haven't done, that I missed, I don't know, and stuff like that. And that's just the case of these games. Like, you notice more and more of things every time you do a playthrough of it. And sometimes it's just... Sometimes it's tiny little things. And honestly...
The ship's augers registered an emission of unknown radiation in one of the chambers. As a result, some of the Voidsmen now have glowing irises, which has proven to be quite... The crew zealously carried out the rogue trader's order and put to death everyone marked with the fiendish, glimmering eyes. Only the Emperor's light may...
Okay. No, you notice so many different things when you're actually sitting and doing a playthrough of this. And you're learning things every single time you're doing it as well.
Under thin clouds, as if shredded by a careless blade, sway vast steppes carpeted by pale gold deadwood. The rogue trader's attentive eye distinguishes a region among the endless grasses that does not fit into the general landscape. The scouts from the shuttle see signs of intelligent life. Judging by the trampled soil and tent frames, someone made camp here. Distant silhouettes form a tangle of paths and obstacles, a maze. The outer walls are supplemented by a multitude of spikes and blades and decorated with scraps of leather and withered crucified prisoners. It does not take an expert in xenoculture to reason that Druckery have been here.
Send out squad to scout
As they comb over the tracks left around the Druckery structures, the scouts find items of Imperium make, blood-soaked clothes, an aquila patch, and a data slate cracked in half. Gothic letters and the symbol of the Inquisition are frozen on its bottom half. The servants of von Valancius find a rough illustration of the camp in the pocket of a filthy coat. On it are marked 2 locations. The first is shown with a sword and highlights the area where the items were found. The other is a skull and points to a patch of ground by the maze.
Find out what is this place marked by a skull.
The scouts carefully inspect every piece of land in the marked area and discover a camouflaged pit studded with strong, thin needles. In a niche sunk into the wall of the trap glitters a volumetric flask with an ugly creature that looks like several brains stuck together.
Analyze the nature of the creature.
The rogue trader's people recognize the grotesque figure as a Druckery Medusa, a parasite capable of registering emotions and transferring them to its masters. This thing was left here as the equivalent of a picked recorder, collecting the suffering of the Druckery's victims.
Continue exploring the area.
Deep prints belonging to landing legs and a ladder are visible in the grass behind the maze. The relative positions of the recesses correspond to the design of an Imperial shuttle. When the von Valancius scouts approach, they find a wax seal bearing the symbol of the Inquisition and a monogram formed from the letters XC. An officer voices the proposition that the initials correspond to the name of Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar.
Yep. Search.
There is nothing in the dry grass around the depressions in the ground that would merit the rogue trader's attention.
Burn all traces of the Xenos presence.
The predatory structures do not burn easily, and it takes a long time for them to heat up. When the flames finally gather strength, turquoise explosions flash amid the yellow-orange waves. Whatever was down there was dangerous.
Okay, so that's actually an interesting thing. So they wanted us to go to another planet. All of these have Necron tombs on them. All of them. I am still hunting that one thing where it is, so we are, how should I put it, where we're hunting, finding every single planet and visiting every single planet in the game.
The whispers sound distant. The future is uncertain.
The destination is known. Unleash our fury. Engage the lance.
No, I don't want that. I want that.
Launch the devastating payload. Sail upon the seas of void. Let the macro cannon sing their twisted song.
Steady Hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1. Reanimation protocol activated.
Unleash our fury.
Reanimation protocol activated.
Engage the lance.
Okay, we are going at it fairly well now. Burning that ship again.
Engage the macro cannons. The Void Master, if you please.
My plan is to try to get some... Take out the tiny ones first.
Twisted song.
This one is going to die, no matter what. Come on. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Unleash our fury! Engage the macro cannons!
Send away a torpedo.
Drown them in the void!
We are hunting this guy down, and by doing that, we're also firing you. That should be enough to kill you. Doing a warp jump, and we're resetting our shields. got a fair bit of health for him, but not enough, honestly. You're within range, so we're going to harass you. And we're
Sail
going
upon
to
the seas of
slowly
void.
but surely turn around here. Reload 1 round. Okay.
Set course. Let the macro cannons sing their twisted song.
Making use of everything I have. No, wait,
Reanimation protocol activated.
Forgot about that.
Fury. Launch the devastating payload.
Okay, we'll start with doing this.
Steady hand 2 activation. Cooldowns decreased by 1.
And we fire away. Okay. And then you'll shoot that for a little bit of mana.
Celestial triumph.
Okay, so we got long range macro cannon dealing 39 damage. Oh, yeah, sure. Void Necron Trophy. Void Necron Trophy. Okay. Yeah, but we are getting stuff. I don't know what to do with it though. Restart now inflict only -2 speed. Each turn, the most damaged sector of the faction restored 50%. Yeah, sure. That sounds actually fairly good. Torpedo attacks and attack crafts, 60% advantage against enemy attack crafts, and 20% evasion against all other attacks. Just one more hull integrity, or do we want a vulnerability scan? Vulnerability scan, sure. Then you, I guess. Resource shields now. You know what? We're picking that one. Our ship is now max level. We're going to replace you. We're going to repair. Our ship is current upgrade level. Well, we can't upgrade it anymore. You know what? Upgrade, increase RAM and reduce the damage suffered when ramming void ships. Damage reduction RAM. Okay, fair enough. We might have something on this planet, and yeah.
A puzzled augur operator reports that an expeditionary shuttle belonging to the von Valancius dynasty was detected on the planet's surface. Furthermore, according to its markings, it is assigned to your vessel. The operator also states that the entrance to a system of tunnels was spotted next to the shuttle.
Request full report on the shuttle.
In the registry, the expeditionary shuttle number 712 has been designated as irretrievably lost for many years. Information about the circumstances of its disappearance is suspiciously sparse, as if someone deliberately erased it. From the crumbs of information that remain, you gather that it was sent to explore some object on an unknown world on the order of Lord Captain Theodora and never returned.
Explore the tunnels.
After disembarking, you notice that the shuttle is buried halfway in sand, and the von Valencia's coat of arms is practically erased from its side. This shuttle has clearly been here for a very long time. Next to the shuttle you find crates of archaeological equipment, on which one can just barely make out the emblem of the explorators. Most of these crates are lying next to massive black doors of Zeno's origin, the entrance to the tunnels. The descent into the depths takes several hours. You make your way through cramped corridors giving way to huge black halls, where a dim emerald glow from no discernible source brings forth the silhouettes of equipment abandoned by the tech priests. The suffocating, oppressive silence that accompanies you during the descent is broken only by the echo of your footsteps, deafening and yet so insignificant against the background of the Cyclopean arches.
You know what? Let's play around with Mars. Oh, it's this one. Oh, it's this one. Now I remember it. Yeah.
They will see. Oh yes, they all will see.
That's a servitor. Looks like that was loot, but nope.
All but buried under a thick layer of dust, these crates contain equipment still in prime condition. It is as though even in the face of death, the tech priests would not dare offend the machine spirits by handling the equipment with anything less than reverence. These sensors were erected by tech priests to ward off malicious Zeno's machine spirits.
The stairs have collapsed, and there are dead tech priests everywhere. What in the void happened here?
The bodies of Skitra, whose flesh and armor have disintegrated in various places. Judging by their wounds, they were shot during a hasty retreat.
They happened. They are properly dead, aren't they?
The edges of the platform are twisted and melted. It appears to have been deliberately damaged by a powerful explosive.
Let's head up here and check out here first. Can I get up there in any way? I can't, can I?
You are looking at part of a system of pylons used by small Zeno's repair machines to move around the crypt.
The creature emits a low hum alternating with strange metallic screeching.
Let's see how to dismember you properly.
Submit and die. Running by Heretical. My vow is to serve.
A lot more tight area here, so I don't really have that much of a problem on it.
Request approved. You will not undo me. Is the reward.
Tactical disadvantage.
Marasai is the only one who died. Everyone else dodged or parried it.
My prescience has failed me. Can I fall back now?
Oh, a wicked thought. Let's see. A genius at work.
I can hit him at least, yeah.
What if? Schemes within schemes. Predictable downfall. A genius at work.
I will savor your delectable anguish. Behold!
Okay, that might actually be bugged. What? Okay, yeah.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Victory is imminent. I'm not interested. It will be done. That's not the Seneschal's job.
On it. Will do. But of course. Will do.
High momentum.
Tell me, and it is done.
Oh, a wicked thought. Let's see. What?
The Triarch is eternal.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs. Am I getting paid for this? I'd like to, but I can't. I can do that, with the right incentive. Don't get too cocky. You've got a problem? I've got a prize. Never cross a Kazbalican.
The dynasty will rise.
Be gone.
A genius at work. Let's see.
No. I yearn for agony. Watch. It is handled. It would be beneath me to even attempt it. Don't distract me. Oblivion approaches. With grace and magic. Behold. A pathetic attempt. It is handled.
A tactically sound approach.
What is this foreboding?
Discharges of the motive force fill the air.
On it.
The air is filled with a putrid smell.
Okay. Plan is literally just...
Don't get too cocky. Tell me, and it is done. Don't get too cocky.
I don't want to waste an ultimate, and that's kind of what it comes down to. So I'm actively just slowing down the pace of this. Because if memory serves me right... What do we have? Okay, what is walking out? Oh, Death Mark.
Schemes within schemes. A wicked thought. Let's see.
You know what? Fuck it.
Of genius. A genius at work.
And we trudging.
At your beck and call.
Shadows start to bleed.
Okay, nice.
Will do.
Another one is shattered.
Was very well.
Okay, nice.
Living on the edge. Don't get too cocky.
Okay, we can actually kill it now. I'm happy about that.
You've got a problem, Jai Hedari. Remember the name.
Another one. Schemes within schemes. Another one is shattered. What here?
round 4. What is coming out now? Another death mark. Okay.
A wicked thought. Schemes within schemes.
Okay.
The Triad.
Come on. Okay, thanks.
I will herd the prey with grace and malice. What? Not enough.
Well, that's good. Marseille is actually killing stuff.
I will do my duty. It will be done. I took care of this one. At your beck and call.
I can Scarab parry.
The whispers must be appeased. Will do.
Shadows start to bleed.
Anything else?
Tell me, and it is done.
I'm just pumping.
See?
What an unfortunate
Just pumping.
What if they
Octavia. Oh my god. Okay. We're just picking that up. We are not doing anything with it, honestly.
Curiosity
We have logic.
sings in my veins.
What is this?
The obsidian smoothness of the enormous slab begins to ripple and roil. A set of mysterious symbols appears on it, as if impressed on its black surface by an invisible finger. They shimmer.
I have not deciphered the ancient language. Well, fuck you. How do I decipher the damn language?
Judging by the debris,
One
the passage
step
was
at a
blocked on
time,
purpose.
Amidst the madness.
Okay, nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. We have some goods. Combat tactics bonus granted by this area is doubled. And the Gaze of the Void. This weapon projects additional rays dealing 30 damage to 3 random enemies in the fence. Okay, that
In
could be
this
cool.
tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
As you approach, the black metal of the ancient plate begins to move. Strange geometric shapes, symbols of some kind, appear on its surface. A host of smaller symbols glitter above them. They are
the Nephilim X books of wisdom. Knowledge received from the Omnissiah himself by his most beloved children. Knowledge that led to the most terrible betrayal of all.
2 of his mechadendrites extend toward the STELE with covetous trepidation. 2 others coil tensely, as though about to attack it.
Watch the surface of the slab carefully.
At first, the metal feels not much different from plasteel to the touch. But as soon as you apply a little pressure, it becomes pliant and viscous like cold resin.
Try carving.
Emerald green marks linger for a moment where you touch it before being swallowed by the black metal.
Try carving initials into the slab.
You spend several minutes trying to carve your initials into the ancient Xenos artifact with your knife, but the metal instantly heals any damage done to it.
Slowly
the idea seems more pointless with each passing moment.
Slowly sink the knife into the slab.
The metal yields and takes in your blade as clay would. You try to pull it out, but to no avail.
Okay. For fuck's sake. Oh. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there.
The obsidian smoothness of the... As soon as your hand touches the symbol, new sentences start appearing on the slab's surface. They dash around maddeningly fast, overlapping each other. They seem to be trying to burn alien and unsettling messages into your mind. Discerning these messages, let alone comprehending them, is beyond you. Your nostrils are bleeding. The searing pain inside your head is like dead fingers digging their nails into your brain and trying to squeeze it out. You snatch your hand back in a hurry and look away. You feel nauseous. The sense of being invaded is gone, leaving only its horror behind, a horror you are not sure is your own and not forced upon you by the will of a different mind. The inscriptions freeze and fade away. The symbol you touched is erased from the slab's surface.
Lord Captain. Are you uninjured? Sound of mind? Why am I even asking? The answer has been obvious for a while now.
The seneschal mutters the last sentence under his breath.
Ah. Do it again, Octavia the Fire Axe.
Give the vile slab a hearty kick.
The slab withstands your anger stoically and continues its silent display of the same incomprehensible symbols.
What lies beyond?
Hey, nothing in here either. I guess we leave. Wait, I wanna see this.
Judging by the debris, the passage was blocked on purpose.
I wanna learn the Necron language, like... Oh fuck! I just looked at the time! Oh shit. I've been streaming for 3 hours and I'm genuinely just like, yep. How would you actually be able to do? How would you be able to learn the language? That's my big question.
An auxiliary generator chamber on the artillery deck was over. The flame had been reluctant to take hold, barely flickering on the thorny vines at first. The warp creature begged endlessly for mercy, its soft voice full of genuine suffering. But the God Emperor protects his servants. When the vile spawn caught fire at last, only its oily ashes were left behind.
You know what? Wait, we can do the dying.
Judging by the orbital trajectories, this is the parent star of the system. If the Luminoriada is right, back in the day it used to be huge and angry with a bite to it, not this half-dead firefly.
What happened to it?
I can't imagine what could have drained a deadly beast like that. The Luminoriada swears that the rays of this star would have continued withering all life in the system for millions of years more. It was too young to have faded like this. It's like it was gnawed out. It was attacked. Suddenly and fiercely. A hungry predator bit into its magnetic field and drank as much of its energy as it could. The predator was starving and would have surely devoured the star whole had it had more time.
Nomos, where did you get this information from?
I do not know, but I can read the traces of what was committed here as if I have seen it happen 100 times.
We're done here. We are saving. We're calling it for tonight. It seems like tomorrow will be the last stream we have, and I will see what will happen. Honestly, I don't know what will happen. I really don't know what will happen. Oh, fucking Heretical. I guess we're not going to be able to make use out of the sword either. It's becoming more and more prevalent. Like, to go full to get the last stage of the weapons, you need to just go full in on it. Like, full in on it. Anyway. I'm going to call it here for tonight. We are going to continue this tomorrow. I'm so tempted to putting this on. No. No. We are going to continue this tomorrow, and we're going to see where we're going to end off, honestly. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting stream, and I think it might be the last one, honestly. This may inflict immolation, inflict burner, but cannot be removed. Toughness, resistance, sense with 5+. Okay. No, we're going to call it. We're back to it tomorrow, pretty much. Because the plan is to hopefully finish off the game tomorrow. Yeah, that's going to be it. I want to wish everyone a good night, and I see you guys tomorrow.